Hey everybody, Licameli here. Today we're talking about the triceps, and I'm going to show you a sample workout that hits the triceps completely. Now we're going to go through a little anatomy review about the triceps and their function, but the main idea is that what matters with the triceps is your shoulder position. So the position of your shoulder is going to change what part of the triceps is emphasized during an exercise. Now keep in mind that this is very, very subtle. So by doing any kind of triceps exercise, you're engaging all of the heads of the triceps, but the position of your shoulder can change where the emphasis is. Emphasis is. Okay, so it's the position of the shoulder, not the position of the hands or forearms. Okay, because as you'll see in the anatomy review, the triceps do not have the ability to impact the forearm like it's commonly thought. Let's take a look. Today, we're talking about the triceps and why knowing the anatomy is going to help improve our training. So the triceps have three heads. That's why it's called triceps. Tri means three, ceps means heads. The three heads are the lateral head, the medial head, and the long head. The lateral head is the portion on the outside of the arm. The medial head is the portion on the inside of the arm, and the long head also runs more on the inside of the arm. Now the triceps is a unique muscle because it crosses two joints. It crosses the elbow and it also crosses the shoulder. So it's going to impact both elbow movement and shoulder movement. And that long head of the triceps is the head that crosses the shoulder joint. So in order to properly build up that long head, which is a big meaty portion of the tricep, you're going to want to understand the anatomy because it's going to help us train it properly. So the triceps attaches to the ulna, which is one of the bones in the forearm. And it comes up and attaches to the top of the arm. And like I said, crossing the shoulder joint on the scapula. So naturally, it's going to extend our arm, right? Because it attaches here, so it's going to naturally extend our elbow. The attachment up in the shoulder blade is going to pull the arm backward. The long head of the triceps is also a weak adductor of the shoulder, so it helps pull the shoulder into the body. So the full function of the triceps is elbow extension, but also shoulder extension. And as we know, if you want to fully target a muscle, you want to fully stretch it and fully contract it. So just by keeping our arms at our sides and performing elbow extension, we're not really getting the full stretch and full contraction on the triceps. Keeping the arm stationary at your side is going to focus on the lateral and medial heads, and it's going to hit the long head also, but that long head is not getting that good stretch and contraction. So by adding in shoulder flexion, we're going to put that long head on stretch. That in combination with elbow flexion is going to fully stretch that triceps. So I start the workout with an exercise that places my arms in line with my body. So you can see that my upper arm is right in line with my torso. And so that is shoulder extension. So as I extend my elbow down, I'm also pulling back on my shoulders to fully engage the triceps. Because like we know, the triceps extend the elbow, but also are a weak extender of the shoulder. So I start with this version. Next, I move into this version, which puts my shoulder in more shoulder flexion, right? So my arm is no longer in line with my body. Now it's perpendicular to my body, perpendicular to my torso. What this is doing is putting the long head of the triceps on more of a stretch. So it is changing where the exercise is hitting and emphasizing. As I come back, I'm letting it get a good stretch and then pressing down, and then I'm pressing my upper arm into the pad to further get that isometric shoulder extension to engage the triceps fully. Then I usually finish up with some sort of overhead pressing movement, and this puts my arm again in a different position compared to the other ones. So now this is completely, obviously vertical,
So this is complete shoulder flexion in this position. So this is fully getting that long head of the triceps stretched with each rep. So I started with my arms at my sides, then I went to arms about perpendicular to my body, and now I'm finishing up with arms overhead. So each of those different ranges of motion of the shoulder and shoulder flexion are going to change where the exercise emphasizes on the triceps. Again, anytime you do any kind of triceps exercise, you're going to be hitting all three heads. You can't really isolate one head over the others, but again, the emphasis will be changed of the exercise.
Why the position of your forearm does not change what portion of the triceps is getting targeted during an exercise. You may have heard this, that changing your grip from, say, a palm down to a neutral to a reverse grip during a triceps press down is going to focus on different areas of the tricep. I'm going to tell you why today that's not exactly true. See, the triceps attaches to the ulna. There are two bones in your forearm, the ulna and the radius. The ulna just attaches right to the humerus. So all it does is this. The radius, however, rotates around the ulna, but the ulna stays stationary during rotation. The triceps does not attach to the radius. So by moving our forearm, we're not impacting the tricep at all, because it doesn't attach to that radius. It only attaches to the ulna. That's different than, say, the biceps. The biceps attaches to that radius. The position of the forearm is going to impact biceps training, but not triceps training. And I think some of the research may support the different position of the forearm to change the focus of the triceps because of shoulder position, not forearm position. Because if I keep my palms down, my shoulder is going to naturally kind of wing out a little bit as I push down. If I do a reverse grip now, naturally my shoulders are going to be in more. So you're getting more of that adduction of the shoulder. I think that position is what's actually impacting the triceps. I don't think changing forearm position is going to impact your triceps training. So don't go crazy with it. What is going to impact your triceps training is position of the shoulder. Because again, that long head of the triceps attaches to the scapula, so it crosses the shoulder joint. So don't get caught up on forearm position during your triceps training. Focus on what your shoulder is doing.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you want, and we'll see you next time.